Give your zakat now and be light in their darkest hour. Together, with the help of Allah, we have the power to bring hope and happiness to families in need.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. At times, people cause for us problems whereby we become frustrated, be it at work or at home, at the masjid at times, or anywhere else. The frustrations that we have to deal with, and we become so frustrated because they frustrate us in many different ways. Again, and we must repeat, whenever dealing with difficulty, primarily we talk of the coping mechanisms and the remedies. And one of the ways to cope, the biggest and best way, is to bear what is known as sabr, to connect with Allah, to pray to Allah, to remember Allah, to improve yourself in your acts of worship, and to try and improve yourself as a person. So these are coping mechanisms based on faith. And subhanallah, to eat healthy, to be able to sleep well, to be able to not worry about all of this is something that is highly recommended. Easy for me to say not worry about all of this, but let me tell you something. As we develop in life, we have to realize again that Allah's given us a capacity. Do you do your best? Did you try your best? Do you use the capacity Allah's given you to put everything in position to be able to come out of this? People frustrating you about something. What have you done? Have you tried to speak to them? Have you tried to speak to someone else? Have you dealt with the matter? What exactly is it? Have you tried in this way or that way? Sometimes we pay a little bit of a price, and some people can come out and cause more damage. But if we're not prepared to do something about it, then surely we have ourselves to blame, because Allah says, I gave you a capacity, I gave you a brain. You could have thought, you could have done this and this, seek my help, meaning start in the name of Allah, Bismillah, in the name of Allah, I want to do this thing, oh Allah, I seek your help, and then go for it. And when you try, don't make the situation worse, or try not to make it worse by getting emotional. Try not to scream and yell. Try not to swear and be vulgar. Rather, calm down. Remember, it's about development of yourself. It's about development of your character and conduct. It's about being the best version of yourself. And in a way, you have to show them, subhanAllah, that you know what? This is what it is, and this is how it should be. This is how you're frustrating me. In fact, nowadays, what's happening is if a woman is putting on her hijab, or a man is a Muslim, and he's working in certain places, some of his colleagues, for whatever reason it might be, perhaps is frustrating them because of the fact that they're either niqabi or hijabi, or they have a beard, or they're a Muslim, or they belong to a certain ethnicity. It is happening. And I cannot just go and stop all of them and say, guys, don't do that. But I can give you this coping mechanism that I've already mentioned a part of. And I tell you, we need to speak to seniors. Sometimes it's the seniors who do it. So we have a limit beyond which perhaps we have to throw in a towel. Say, for example, you're working at a certain place and people are frustrating you because of your hijab. People are frustrating you because you're a Muslim. You have to remember, don't lose your values. Don't lose your goodness because they are showing you some ugly side of them. Don't lose your goodness because they don't have the goodness to show you. Rather, be good, be kind, be firm, be polite, do your work in the best possible way, keep going, try to ignore it. If you cannot, you address it by speaking to seniors, and you try and make it clear. If it's coming from the seniors, and it does in a lot of cases, then you might want to address it by putting in a proper complaint, or seeing what exactly it is and how far you could go. Maybe engage them, maybe show them, maybe educate them. And then there comes a point, like I said, where perhaps if everyone there is, or if those are above you, like seniority, the positions, those who've employed you, those because it's an example of a workplace, you might have to throw in the towel, like I say, and at a certain point you may have to leave. If you do, Allah is with you. You will never, ever suffer a loss with Allah. Temporarily on earth, it might be. You might be eating into your capital because you're not earning anymore. This can also happen for people who perhaps might be, say for example, supporting Palestine. And we all do. So people might decide to close your accounts. They might decide not to do business with you. So be it. It's one of those things. Take it in your stride. Maybe you want to make mention of it so that the others who do support the cause, like we all do, would then be proud of what happened to you, how you stood up, meaning be proud of the fact that, look, it was good for you not to give up your values, and you actually stood for what you were supposed to stand for. Therefore, we will support you. And that's how it should be. So dealing with this type of an issue, we need to remember we're a family. We have to be. And this is why, even if we do have differences amongst ourselves in terms of jurisprudence or a few differences here and there that we do have, on a broader level, we are believers who are supposed to be a family. Al-mu'minuna kal-jasadil wahid. The believers are one body, like one body. If a part of it is in pain, the whole of it is in pain. If a part of it is complaining, the whole of it cannot sleep, cannot rest until it is helped and dealt with. The sad reality is we are unable to do that in many cases. And that's why we struggle. So until we don't realize that we need the togetherness, we're not going to solve many problems. But on our personal capacities, we will have to have hope in Allah, keep trying, and those with sound mind will definitely appreciate what we've been through, and they will definitely appreciate and support us as a result of the withdrawal of support from others. For example, if you've lost your job and there is another person who really has been touched by what you went through, by right, they should give you a job, or they should look after you, or reach out to you at least. May Allah make it easy. May Allah help us to do the right thing. And this is why I say we always address two sides or more than two sides of the issue. One is those who are the victims, two, those who are the observers watching, the perpetrators as well. That's a third side to it. And those who are cheering on the perpetrators, that's another side to it. So we have all these types of people in the world. Look where you belong and look for those who understand that we belong in one category of people. May Allah Almighty truly help those who have these frustrations, but at the same time try not to let it bother you, because you have to understand it's Allah. Allah has planned this out in a way that when you have a connection with Him, He's going to test you, and that test is bigger when Allah loves you more. Look at the prophets of Allah. They went through so many tests, loved by Allah. They didn't ever say, oh Allah, why did you put these tests in our lives? They knew that that's what we're on earth for, to go through challenges. So if Allah's decided that I'm not going to work here anymore, I won't. I will leave, or perhaps I might lose a contract or two, no problem. But what I achieved as a result was the pleasure of Allah. Sometimes I might lose worldly, temporary loss, no problem. Like I say, it's okay. Allah Almighty will guide us, He will help us, and in a short span of time, for as long as we were patient, and for as long as we kept thanking Allah and appreciating all His other favors upon us, Allah will open the doors. And when those doors open, you won't have any regret for what you did. May Allah help us all to stand up for the right causes, and may Allah Almighty help us all whenever we are facing frustration for different reasons. I've only tackled a few aspects of it. That's because of limited time, but I hope I've touched on some things that would be relevant to many of us. May Allah Almighty bless you all, and may Allah Almighty grant alleviation to our brothers and sisters in Palestine from the suffering that they are going through. May Allah protect them and grant them eternal bliss. أقول قولي هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد.